Ziggity Zig talking his way out of bronze game number 81 between myself up here in the top left-hand corner and a guy named Adun down here down in the bottom right. Now, this game is a little bit different because, for one, as you can tell by me being kind of confused by this, we are on a map called Discord, which anyone may recognize. So, Adun is now saying don't help him, Thrall. There's a guy, so Adun beat me in a game. He beat me with an immortal push. And I said, "Oh, okay." And I said, "Oh, that kind of sucks. I really want to look at the replay afterwards." And so he said, "Oh, well, let's try another one." And I said, "Yeah, fair enough." And I said, "Well, with that immortal push, how early was your robo?" And I just said, "No, it just seems to me that whenever I do a 3-gate robo, I do the robo last, and I seem to be behind on things like that where I'm trying to roll out some units, but maybe the early immortal might work." And he says, "Yeah, that's pretty much it." So he said, "So let's try it again." So he brings in his friend Thrall, who is currently watching this game between he and I. And so he was sort of watching, and he was supposedly just sort of checking out what was going on and just sort of not giving me too many hints. Now the really interesting thing is that I thought they were going to be giving me hints in text because I was playing that night. I was in my living room, and I was playing with the sound down, so everyone reading and working on stuff can do what they want. So I had the sound off. So I think they were actually trying to talk to me through the game because they had the built-in voice command, but I didn't realize that. So I just did my own thing. And after losing the first game to Adun, I went on and I beat his friend Thrall, who was high-ish silver, but I think he was a Zerg, and then he was saying things, and after the game he said, "Well, I did this a little bit differently," and this was me just trying out this kind of, try to go early immortal, or earlier Robo Bay. So this is where I developed this kind of, oh, maybe I'll try it like this. And so, I did the immortal play. So it went gateway, robo, gateway, gateway. But then up against Adun, I thought, it's a PvP. I should stick to the early, or the quick 3-stalker, also known as the 3-stalker rush, which I don't rush with, but I just use a quick 3-stalker. And in doing that, I can then do a robo bay after it. So there's my gateway, getting ready for my stalkers, because this is going to come down any second, and then I can see, I think I screwed up the second gas, so I didn't quite have enough gas to do all my 3-stalkers all at the right time. So anyway, here's what I'm looking at. So I scouted out his base, didn't see anything ridiculous, knew it wasn't really cheesy, so I just decided, alright, I'll take that. Now every now and then you do see Thrall's text come in, because he wants to let us both know what's going on. In theory, he's telling me things, he's giving me hints and whatnot, but I'm not seeing any of that. So this is just how I kind of played naturally. The other cool thing about that is on a custom game you can do colors. So there I am, yellow Protoss. Woo! All right, so we got one stalker out. How's the second one coming along? And I just barely have the gas for it. Click, 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 clickety, 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 boom. There it goes. All right, so I do have that. Now my 3-stalker rush best time is 5:10. Not quite sure I'm gonna beat that, but we'll see.
I'm here in the shadows.
So I'm keeping up on worker supply. Army supply is getting up there, and 505 for 3-stalkers. Yay! I like updating my numbers. So 505 for 3-stalkers, even though I didn't actually set them out there. So now I said I've got this guy's kind of patrolling around on attack move and whatnot. So now once I get the 100, instead of making another gateway right away, which I could do as well, but I need to get my robo bay down. He's already got an observer, so his robo bay is really early, mostly because he probably did it first, where I went, let's get 3-stalkers just in case. Falling a bit behind on workers, but I'm decently saturated at the moment. We're just, kind of examining things and checking everything out, trying to get, do I have any? Yeah, alright, I got 2 zealots. Oh, well that sort of sucks. I'm making a couple more units, but okay, good. So I canceled them, and then I decided to do a warp instead. Fair enough. hopefully staying ahead of my supply at the moment. So there we go. That's out, and this should be headed down to his second? Oh, no, wait. To this outset. Well, fair enough. All right, it's going straight into his base. But as soon as that hopped down, I had the observer out. It's kind of a slow observer, but that's because normally it would go gateway, robo gateway. So I just mixed it up because I wanted to get some extra stalkers. What I really should be working on right now is maybe a couple of sentries and things of that sort. So there he goes. I need 100 gas for my first immortal. Now, the problem with worrying about all these types of things is that I have far too much minerals. Because trying to get some of these gas-heavy things out, I'm on the double gas at the moment. So now I just start getting out a few zealots just to have a bit more of an army ready. So my army is outweighing him a little bit. He's got me in worker supply. He's probably expanded by this point, but we're going to find out with this pretty late observer, which I suppose I could have brought in my probe. All I know is that he hasn't quite pushed out yet. I'm getting my forge down at home. Am I getting it down here at the wall? Nope, I'm putting it up by my... So I see a couple things there. He's getting a few more units there. I'm still pumping out immortals. Let's have a look at this. So here's the unit composition. So I say, oh wait a tick, it's a 2v2 map. And I realize that there's two bases in your main. I'm blocking off the ramp, and I could have taken this any time, but I was worried about getting down here. Anyway. So then I see, there he is down there. So I figure he's probably got both his initial bases. 2, 5. We're pretty even on everything except I've got more stalkers and he's got more probes. We'll come back to that because every now and then Thrall sort of pipes up. Let's just have a quick check. Yeah, good luck. Didn't know where we are. Don't help him. This is a great map. Oh, wait a minute. Alright. So that's pretty much going on. I do not have any upgrades for whatever reason, but I just start worrying about a little bit of income. I've got a decent army. He's bringing in more income than I am, although my army is, ooh, his army is getting a little bit bigger. Look at that. Yeah, he's catching up to me on stalkers. He's ahead of me on sentries, so he's doing quite a bit better than me. His APM's 35, mine's only 20. And I just am not making the... Whoa, look at his money. Holy cow, that's a lot of money. So he's getting a Twilight. I'm still making my Immortals. Ground 1. My Nexus... my base is just completed. So eventually I start getting a little bored. And I think I start to move out just because I hadn't seen anything here yet. I probably should have moved my Observer around here a bit more. Just a bit. There I go. So I'm getting ready to move out with a decently sized army. As far as I'm concerned, I mean, I've got 4 Immortals in there. I don't think I'm building another one. I'm adding on my gas geysers. Income is slowly catching up, so I go over to the first tower. Slap down a pylon for reinforcing. Starting to catch up in the harvest count. Unit-wise, I'm ahead there. I'm ahead there. So I favor stalkers over zealots. He seems to favor zealots, possibly because when he gets his Templar archives, he's probably going to put down a, why do I have an extra probe? He might research charge, but you can never be sure. Ah! Look at that. Oh, that's the Templar archives. Right, because the Twilight Council's already down. Listen to me talk. I can't talk. Try to hear me talk. It's a message from Griff. So yeah, this was the night that I think I played a couple of 2v2s with Griff, and then he went offline, and so I said, oh, let's play some one-on-one, and then I meet this Adun guy, and Adun introduces me. So it always happens whenever I try to just do some laddering, I end up meeting really cool people, and You know, it's great. I love meeting cool people, but it really slows down my laddering. It's a stupid thing to complain about, but that's just what I do. So I got my one robo base still going up to over here to my main rally point. Oh yeah, look at all the charge slots coming in. I'm still behind in probe production. Why do I only have... I'm on 2 base and I only have 30. That's bad. Of course, I wonder how many bases he's got. Storm. He's gonna bring in some storm. Oh, something is weighing me down here. Knowing this computer, it's some stupid Windows update. Oh my god, did those ever destroy everything I try to do? So here is my army. I'm not really reinforced. Oh, we are exactly the same army size. Grabbing a couple more stalkers. Definitely ahead in Immortals. Immortals are useful. I really like Immortals. Now. Because I can. So I'm trying to watch... I probably... Ooh, it would have been a hot idea to take some gold here, but... I was kind of worried, and I didn't know what was going on. Am I... Really? There was some thrall talk. Maybe that just doesn't come up. That's sort of odd. I was really hoping for that to come up because his comments through the whole thing, it was him saying things like "ooh," and you see this huge long thing come up, and you think, "Oh, what?" And it's so unnerving when a spectator kind of talks while you're playing. This is the only time it's happened to me, but I can only assume it's bad. Because it just would say things like, "Oh, here we go," or "Here, check this out," and I'd say, "What am I doing?" And I'd go back and I'd check everywhere around my base, and I'd say, "What, where?" And I'd keep thinking there was a mothership coming in from behind. So I'm finally getting a Robo Bay. He's adding another Immortal. Oh, look at all the zealots. So I finally... Oh, there we go. So I did move my Absoiva down and across. Oh, before this starts... just a little ways, a few minutes ago, I realized, oh man, if I'm coming down here and he's got Dark Templar, I don't have any observers. I don't have one. So I got all worried, and then I remembered that I had this one down here. So I tried moving him back over to try to, also get a bit of a scout, as well as just sort of be my eyes if I needed them. So here's my units. Here's his units. So this is interesting. I want to slow this down because he does have the High Templar at the back. I'm in a big straight line because I had made a really bad engagement. So all of his charge lots come right down and just tear me a new one. But I got really lucky there because as soon as the storm went down, I got out of it. And then I shielded to protect me from the range. He did some slightly fancy shielding there, but I had enough left over that I could clean him up. Even though he did sort of cut me in half, but I had remarkably done some damage there. So I'm 1-0, and he's 0-0. So it's my +1 upgrade did alright, and that helped me quite a bit there. And he had his one High Templar there. I've got my observer. We both got observers kind of floating around. So we managed to just keep at it. There's my really slow motion concave there. So since he decides to do that, I go up and I get a few more units. Oh, there we go. So I'm now trying to cook in 2. There you go. So I've got both my Robo Bays linked over here to one of my Immortals, and I'm trying to get in more Immortals as I go. I could probably be warping in a few more units, but I'm just slowly, doing a bit of a slow maneuver in here. I don't know why these guys got left down here on the ramp, but that's what happens. And we get the GG, because I just pushed. Let's have a look at what he... Did he not expand? I even pointed out... Look at that money, 2,300. So, I thought I played a decent game there. He had me in things like APM, in income, but spending-wise, he wasn't doing so well. So I guess all I gotta do is just keep playing, kind of, straight up play, making sure that I've got my bases covered, making sure that I can scout before I move out, just in case someone's gonna come in into my base and ruin my day. Didn't start my Thermal Lands just yet. So yeah, I feel really stupid because I thought this game was going to have some Thrall talk in it, but apparently Thrall didn't. So his conversation as a spectator doesn't play through. I'm glad I didn't try talking to him. So yeah, these two dudes. That's Adun. It doesn't come across as impressive here, but his Immortal push against me earlier went really well, and he just schooled me. I made a few screw-ups, but I won't play that game. I'm going to try to find Adun and Thrall and try to add them to my friends list and just get a bit more of a dialogue with these guys, because they were really nice to help me out, really good to answer my questions, and that's one of the things that I love the most about the StarCraft community is people, if you're anywhere above rank 100th in bronze, you are willing to help out someone who's worse than you. You know? And it can even go both ways. I'm down in bronze, and I occasionally throw things to silver players. But I don't say, oh, you should do this, because I don't know enough. I know nothing about this game, so I always try to say things like, oh, would it work better if you tried this? And I usually get something back saying, well, I used to try that, but it becomes really tricky, and it also I don't get enough gas. I can't think of any examples right now because I'm an idiot. But I love the dialogue. The dialogue and the community of this game is my favorite thing in the world. Amongst all the other things that are my favorite things in the world, I should stop. That's like my catchphrase. That's the best thing ever. I just say it not in the way of an 11-year-old boy. Leave me a comment. Send me an email, ziggityzig@gmail.com. Or you can follow me on Twitter @ZiggyStarcraft. Stay tuned. There's more.